Welcome to Free Live Tarot Readings. I'm Tarot Oracle and I do the readings.
It's 6:30. Time for the Tarot Oracle Show.
What is going on? Wow, I have like 12 donations and I haven't even started yet. Welcome everybody. How you doing? Good to see y'all. It is a great Friday night and we're doing all right. We have 13 donations so far and I've been online for 30 seconds. 30 seconds and 13 donations. I think that's a new record, maybe. We'll see. Somebody just messaged me. What'd they say? Oh, my move goal. Look, I have moved at 200% today. Anyway, I am cooking a steak soon. So I need to go out there and put a steak on the grill in like an hour, I think. Anyway, we'll try to get through the readings until then. YouTube users, the current job situation, secure and stable. You're just rolling the dice with this job situation. You're rolling the dice. One day, you're going to get a bad reading. But hopefully, that day is not today. By the way, let me say thank you to everybody. It has been a busy day today. YouTube user, thank you. Bartman, Vanessa, MW Star Bright, Cosmic Kitty, DC Power the P twice. Samantha, how you doing? Sarah, welcome to the stream. Andrew, welcome as well. How you doing? And I think I said Brian, what's going up? Or Reiki, how you doing? I think that's it. Lonnie, welcome to the stream. Okay. I think we're all caught up now. Let's get it. Let's get it done. Let's get her done, as they say in Texas. Anyways, my current job is stable and secure. I mean, one day you're going to get a bad read. One day, but that day is not today. It's kind of iffy. It's kind of iffy with that. The Lord of Victory says, no, I don't think that you can have any problems. It says, yes. I think you're going to be okay in that job. A lot of worry about nothing. The thing is, there's a lot of movement. There's a lot of activity. There's never a dull moment in the job. There just isn't. There's not a dull moment. There's not a moment where you're just going to sit around and say, this job's really boring. Everything goes so great. It's so well. I'd never have any. That moment never occurs to you. I guess that's good and that's bad at the same time. But yeah, the two, it says there's always something going on, always something to juggle, always things going here. Lord of Victory says you're going to be okay. You're going to be all right. Everything is going to be pretty clean with that. It is a matter of holding on to what you have and holding on to your own. You're not in a position where you can just help everybody or help anybody a lot of times. You're in a position where you just got to hold the line and hold your own and basically kind of swim above the surface and keep your head above water at some point. So yeah, hang on to what you have. Focus on your things. Don't be trying to help anybody else as far as the free, if you have to then, of course. But, work on what you have. Work on your career. And I think that's going to be okay, pretty stable, pretty solid eventually there. The Lord of Victory says you're going to be just fine. Everything will be okay indeed. I don't think it's going to be too bad. We got a birthday, Power of the P. Is it your birthday? What's going on? I know that YouTube user's birthday.
Happy birthday!
YouTube user, was your birthday yesterday or today? Let me know. I know it was the 24th or 25th or something. I think N's birthday or A's birthday was the 25th. And I got confused. Strength, welcome to the stream. How you doing? All right. So now we go to Starlight, Star Bright, saying hello to Andrew, to Bartman. How's my friendship with Ray J? Let's find out. I mean, if nothing else, Ray J sounds cool. I mean, I'm just saying. Ray J sounds pretty cool. Man. What is the deal with the fights with that? Okay, my grill is done preheating. Okay, what is the deal with the fights? What does it do with a conflict, with a little bit of drama in there? Maybe this is somebody who causes drama. Maybe this is somebody who gets bored with just a steady, average kind of feel. It does feel like that this could be somebody that just loves that activity. You do have fights. Either we're disagreeing with this person or it's just like they constantly need something that we just don't have. But you do have a situation where you're not in alignment with this person 100% of the time. Overall, the lover says they're fine. They're going to be fine. You're going to be fine. I think that, I think it will work out. I think it'll work out. Obviously, we have our dissuader card here, but overall, at the end of the day, I think it's going to work out. Not something that's going to be just terrible or just bad or overwhelming or whatnot. High Priestess says, keep some information to yourself. If it's politics, if it's, religion, anything that's really going to burn them up, you want to keep that to yourself, not something you want to just sort of throw down. Right? You definitely want to keep it sort of on the surface level. Look at the weather and all that other stuff. Joan, welcome to the stream. Overall, it looks pretty solid. The Lovers is a great card, especially being the first card in the mix. It says this is not a bad connection. It's not a bad connection. A push kitty deck with naked people. It happens. Everybody gets naked once in a while, at least to take a shower, as far as I know. Vanessa, weekend reading. Vanessa, let's get you started. Let's get you on the road to success. Get you on that road to success and find out what kind of things are going on with your weekend. Ooh, Empress, Eight of Pentacles, and there's a bunch of majors popping out today. I'm just saying it's a major Friday. I think this weekend's going to be pretty big for a lot of people. I'm not lying. I think this weekend's going to be big for a lot of people. A lot of activity, a lot of movement, a lot of sort of not really stressors, but just things coming up, things sort of brewing out there. It feels like there's a lot of motion out there that needs to be handled, at least. The Empress is sort of pronounced in this, right? Vanessa, you're looking at a decent weekend, someplace where we can get comfortable, we can get in our comfort zone, kind of stay there for the weekend. I don't think you're going to have a lot of things that sort of drag you out of it. Now, speaking of being dragged out of it, though, Vanessa, you are looking at somebody contacting you that wants to get some stuff done, that wants to pull you away, that wants to get you out there. And should you do that? The devil says maybe not. You definitely want to look at who is this individual? What kind of things are they focused on? What are they sort of leaning towards? Why do they want to get you out and whatnot? You definitely want to question everything this weekend. If you're going to have to get out, you're going to have to go forth. You're going to have to dive out of your comfort zone. We need to find out who this person is and what their motivations are, because the devil says you may not be sort of in that mode. The devil a lot of times says, I need more information. Ace of Pentacles, you're flying that in front of my face. It looks all right. I need more information. What is going on? Where are we going? I need this type of things hammered out in order to make this work. So I think that's going to be important to you. Absolutely important to you as always. Thank you for your donation. Rose, thank you for your donation as well. Let's see. All right, YouTube user, you're typing a question right now. We are typing it in. Didn't wish me my way. I'm glad I'm okay with permanently walking away. What are his feels for the birthday? We have a birthday separation here. A little bit of a birthday separation here. Oh man, that's kind of rough. We can go to the Tarot Tower and find out what kind of things we're going to get. With a birthday separation, a little bit of a disappointment. Let's go with the This Might Hurt Tarot, because the This Might Hurt Tarot, I think, is going to be right on point here. It might hurt indeed. Probably does hurt. They didn't wish you. They didn't have any likes or anything casual or anything like that. Linda and Tarot and such, welcome to the stream. It is Friday. How is your Friday? I hope it is well. I hope y'all having fun with all of that. They didn't wish us happy birthday. We're good with permanently just knocking them out at this point. The Hermit says, if you want to do that, you can. I still think they're coming back. You're going to have to deal with those emotions definitely there. The Hermit says, this is a time for them to be isolated. It is a time for them to be alone and building their own future at this point. They're trying to build a future. They're not good at it. They're trying to fix their mistakes. They're trying to get things handled. The Seven of Pentacles says, hey, I'm doing the best I can with what I got, and this is kind of where I'm at this point. So, it is. It is. But, yeah. Oh, man, the Seven of Pentacles is kind of rough there. They're just trying to do it on their own. They're trying to make things. And you knew that they were sort of on that spiritual quest. They're reaching for something. They're trying to be better. And, they're just trying to get that done. It looks like it's just going to be without you at this point. You do feel defeated with this because of the history, because of kind of where we were, opportunities we had and whatnot. We feel defeated from this. But I definitely wouldn't mind sort of walking away at this point. When they do come back, you can deal with that as is. I still think A is going to be the one that comes back the first. So, do the best you can with what you got with all of that. Anyway, how does N feel? I love life update. Find out if we can get that done. Linda, thanks for getting that done. I appreciate your donation. Thank you so much. Let's go with a little bit of Orion's Animal Tarot. I love this one. By the way, the news is up if you're a Patreon supporter. You get to watch the news right now. But if you're not a Patreon supporter, you're going to have to wait until next week. So I hope you don't mind waiting until next week. But the news is interesting. It is quite humorous indeed. I mean, my humor is on full steam ahead with the news this week. I got the news this month. I have to say that for sure now. Lord of the Rings Tarot, Diablo Tarot, all these IPs coming out. Everybody's leaning on these IPs. Everybody is leaning on those IPs. You gotta figure that out. El Poder, welcome. Thank you for your kind words. I appreciate you. Okay, how does Zen feel? A little love life update. Six of Wands, the Lord of Victory is back. It seems to be here with every read that somebody wants something. Lord of Victory says it's okay. Feelings are nice. Feelings are good. Ace of Wands and the Two of Wands. I'm chasing ghosts at this point. I mean, N feels like they're just chasing ghosts. They want to find something good. They want to find something decent, and they're just chasing everything that they can. They're really kind of roped in right now with the grass is greener on the other side. Nima K, welcome. But yeah, the grass is greener on the other side. I got a Two of Wands looking at Dominion. I'm looking around. What is next? That's kind of the big fear here, especially with the ace right before it. It almost feels like a progression, like I am looking for something new. I am looking for the next big thing. And they are sort of caught up on that a little bit too much, in my opinion. Six of Wands is overall, I think the love life, I think they're in feeling. It looks pretty good, looks pretty decent. But again, they're chasing the next big thing, the next shiny object, and the grass is always greener on the other side. And sometimes when you get caught up in that, you get stuck. You're not really going anywhere. You're just going to be kind of going the same route over and over and not really making any progress and be stuck on the mouse wheel. That's the way it works sometimes with the grass is greener personality. But yeah, there you go. There is an update for that. We got Starlight Star Bright next 7 days forecast tonight with the Terra Avatar. We can do that. We can do that. Nima, thank you for your donation. I appreciate you. We got the Tarot Avatar here somewhere. Where's it at on the Tarot Tower? Here it is up top. Here it is up top. I like it. I like the Tarot Avatar. Good choice. Good choice. Star Bright knows what they want. I love it when you come in here and you know exactly what you want. It's like a menu at a restaurant. You don't even need to see the menu. You've been here so much, you already know and got it all memorized. That's really all you need in life, is to memorize the menu of the Tarot Oracle Tower. Okay. 7-day forecast. We can do that. Ace of Swords. This is sort of interesting. Who you been dodging lately? Star Bright. Who you been dodging? Who have you been avoiding? They're coming back. They are definitely coming through. They're definitely going to make a pathway into you. 10 of Cups, happy home, happy family. I think emotionally you're pretty solid in the next 7 days. What I wouldn't do in the next 7 days is kind of get caught up in any drama, kind of get caught up in anything you don't have to. This is kind of a time to pull back and focus only on important communications, because the Ace of Swords, right? There is something that comes up. There is a communication. There is somebody that you've been dodging. I think you're actually going to have to deal with it at this point. And that's rough, because a lot of times we dodge people on purpose. We dodge people on purpose. Like maybe like somebody that is annoying, somebody that comes around too much. Somebody's just like, well, I'm not really sure how I want to do this or why I want to do that. But overall, you got to kind of deal with it the way you can. Anyway, the Ace of Swords says deal with the new information, the new connection. It's going to be more important. And sort of, if you have to sacrifice a little bit the old to bring in the new, this is a time to do it. Definitely with that. Six Six of Cups says this is a friendly connection, a good connection sort of coming up. I think that's going to be good for you overall. But if you're dodging something, I think you're going to kind of have to deal with it in the next 7 days, quite frankly. Going to have to pull it out, no pun intended, and deal with the things that we've been trying to sweep under the rug. The telltale heart, maybe. I don't know. Samantha, what is going on tonight? Welcome. How you doing? Good to see you as always. Are Alyssa and Crystal cool now? Or not quite yet? Are not quite yet? Oh man, that last reading was pretty solid, Samantha. That last reading was pretty solid. I mean, it looked like they were doing a little bit better with that, at least headed on that. You see, guys, with the Princess of Pentacles, the Fool, and the Two of Swords, they're not always going to see eye to eye. I think they recognize. I think that they recognize that, yeah, there's going to be some problems. There's going to be some difficulties here, okay? You're never really going to get this ironed out where everything is smooth. Fem, I thank you for your donation. And that's good and that's bad. It's kind of bad because there's always a little bit of a separation, always a little bit of a disagreement coming in here. The Fool says, I'm willing to go forth with you. I'm willing to take this chance, take the challenge. No problem at all with it. But the Princess of Pentacles says, I'm not really in it for the stability. I realize there's not a lot of stability here. Maybe there never will be. But I have to come to terms. I have to come to the grips a lot of times with this and make it what I can, right? KD, welcome to the stream. Two of Swords talks about the separation, though. We're always going to be a little bit separated. What's on my mind may not be on your mind. We may not agree, but I think if we come to sort of a middle ground in here, I think it'll be okay at the end of the day. I think it'll be okay as far as that goes. Anyway, at least that's what I think, you know? All right, let's see what other tarot decks we can drag out of here. What other exciting tarot decks can we just throw that? Just throw that down. Cosmic Kitty has a question below. Cosmic Kitty, what kind of question you got? What kind of question do you got? Because it's not appearing in my happy stream. Let me scroll up and find out. Cosmic Kitty, what do you got? Cosmic Kitty, will I get fired next week? Right up. I got called in the office. They said either write up a termination because of a person that doesn't like me. Oh my, somebody doesn't like, who doesn't like Cosmic Kitty? I mean, let's get real. Everybody likes Cosmic Kitty. Okay, will I get terminated? Shit canned. Are they going to get rid of me next week? Fam, I thank you for your other donation. Let's get a good tarot deck for this. A good one. We need a good one. If I'm going to get canned, I would use the Little Wizard's Tarot. Fam, thank you for your other donation. Let's find out kind of things we could do to get canned. Nerds Bane, thank you for your very generous donation. I greatly appreciate you. All right, am I going to get canned next week? I mean, that is kind of terminal. That feels kind of terminal, I got to say. You got the Knight of Swords. Okay, interesting. Six of Cups and the Five of Cups. I do think you're going to get canned. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I do think you're actually going to get canned next week. Or at least you're going to get sort of a big reprimand with that. It feels like you're ready to get, no offense. I don't know you. It feels like you're ready to get out of there. It feels like you're ready to get out of there. You know, you said a cuss word. What the hell are you doing saying cuss words? You're not supposed to say any damn cuss words. But yeah, it feels like you're going to... The Knight of Swords, it feels like somebody is sort of coming after you full steam. Full steam with that. The Six of Cups. It's almost like somebody pretends to like you, but they don't. I'm just saying. I am just saying, I think that something's coming that it ain't good. The Five of Cups, the Lord of Disappointment, ends out the read. It says, yeah, you have some disappointment coming. I think you're ready to get out of there anyway. I don't think you like the job in the first place. Cosmic Kitty, you've come in and say how terrible it is before. So, I mean, you know, if people are that petty anywhere, is probably going to get separated from that environment and get something that's going to be a little bit better off for you, quite frankly. But, you know, I think there's some repercussions coming. You do have the Lord Sorrow sort of at the end, and you have a movement card up front. Going to be bittersweet, to say the least. So, I mean, entertainment purposes only. Never assume you're going to get shit canned because of a fat man on YouTube reading your tarot cards. What is A's problem with me? DC, it's because you're too pretty. It's because you're too wonderful. You're too awesome. DC, some people can't handle awesomeness. That's what I'm saying. They can't handle awesomeness. And you are 120% awesome. So I'm just saying, DC, I'm just saying, what are their problems with me? What kind of things? Oh man, you bring in different ideas. You bring in different ideas. Liz girl, welcome to the stream. The Fool. I think you're willing to go out on a limb. You're willing to go out for these, for new things, for different things. You're willing to take a risk, right? And I think that's the excitement with it. You're willing to take a risk. You're willing to get out there and go with it and sort of, figure out where it is at the end of the day. MW, thank you for your donation. Check chat. I mean, I will. Let's see. Sarah, you are 6 away. You're 6 away. But the Fool, I think you're on an adventure. Some people just don't like the adventure. People want the same stuff. You bring in the Tower too. You're bringing in change is what it is. Bringing in a little bit of change. So yeah, that's the way it goes. I don't know. The Two of Pentacles kind of force people to make a decision. You're on that mode of, I just think you're a little bit too adventurous for this person. They want it rock steady. They want it boring. They don't, and then you bring in kind of the excitement. You bring in the adventure a little bit. They just don't like that. You're bringing in the planned tragedy. It feels like some of your ideas are not on point in their opinion. Two of Pentacles have to make decisions when they're around you sometimes because you want people to get out and do stuff. And the Fool, they think you're a little bit too adventurous, too risque sometimes. But that is it. Sarah thought you were early. Well, Sarah, I got like 12 donations in 1 second. So, that's what, Sarah, sometimes it's one of those nights where you got 12 donations in 1 second. Anyway, it's my birthday. My power of the P. Happy birthday to you. I looked at the email, but you wasn't sure exactly what to click. Would love to know how my birthday night will go. We'll go. All right. Let's find out. Happy birthday. Obviously, by the way, power of the P. We should be giving you $4.99. So you give me $4.99 is what I'm saying. But yeah, look at the, okay. You can always email me. Power of the P. You can always email me. You can hit me up on Instagram. I'm always around. I read all my emails. I'm always around. But that is it. That is it indeed. Level up, like, what's next? How does N feel about me? I got you. Okay, MW, I got you. All right. Let's see. All right. Birthday night, 6 of Wands is back. Lord of Victory seems to be pretty clean on every regard. Sure, we could do that. High Priestess. This next year, it's very focused on getting to your next big goal. I think that we've neglected some of your goals. I think that you're not on track on some of your goals. It is important this next year to get on track and get started on some of these goals. Because I think you have obvious things that have been sitting out there and they just haven't been addressed. They just haven't been sort of moved forward and gotten done. 5 of Pentacles says, I think your last year has been kind of challenged. You've been kind of pulled back. You haven't been sort of on the force where you just going and going and going. You do need to get back into that mode, definitely, because I think there's a lot out there for you to do. This is a year about goals. This is a year about making yourself into the person that you want to be, into that zone that you really need to be in. Because the 3 of Wands says it's time to start moving. You've been looking at things. You've been scanning things. You just haven't embraced some of the stuff that you need to. 6 of Wands says getting started, getting moving, and going forward on that is going to bring you the success that you need. You just have to get out there and do it. So I think your birthday night is about reflection. It is about making your dream board. It's about making your goal board and getting your goals out there, getting them published, getting them on something and in display so everybody and you can see them. Otherwise, I think you're going to have a year where you feel like time has been wasted. Veronica, welcome. How you doing? Good to see you. All right, YouTube user managers thoughts about me. Jay, what is Jay? Does Jay like me? Does Jay not like me? Let's find out. We got the YouTube quad shot as always, the way it is. We got the YouTube user quad shot. Thoughts about me. They feel like that they just need to communicate with you more. I mean, they feel like they need to communicate with you more. They feel like they haven't been communicating as they do need to. Seven of Pentacles. This is somebody that feels like they haven't communicated goals correctly with you, or they haven't communicated what they expect from your work or things like that. They feel like they need more communication. Ace of Swords. Just need to understand the requirements. You need to understand what needs to be done. And I think you'll be okay, right? That's sort of where their thoughts are. Seven of Pentacles says you are able to get work done. You're going to be great with it. You just need clarification. You just need sort of things mapped out a little bit better. Overall, they think you're okay. I mean, strength card, right? They know that they're your manager, but they do feel a little bit of a competition, like they do need to control you some. They do need to control you some as well. All right, Samantha, you have not missed your second donation. You are somewhere in there. You're somewhere in there. I think you're after Sarah. Not sure what's going on. Anyway, Veronica, thank you for your donation. Love for me in March, April. I closed off on A and N. What kind of things can we get going on? Let's go to the Tarot Tower and find out what kind of things we can discover over here. I wouldn't mind using the Thoth for you today. I mean, it's been so rare that I whip out the Thoth for YouTube user, but today I think it's going to be all right. Love life for March and April. We closed it off. We sort of cut off the ties. I mean, this is something about making new connections, making some good stuff. We got a lot of majors here. Making good connections, making things happen. This is sort of a recovery mode as well. You're kind of in that recovery mode. You're kind of in that place to where things are kind of challenging, things kind of upsetting. You're not exactly where you need to be a lot of times. This is a matter of recovering, getting back to where you want to be, getting back to stability, and focusing on yourself at this time. This is sort of proud of what we have, proud of where we are, and all this other stuff. So they were sort of in here and moving into strength. Strength is not only meeting new people, getting out there and doing all of that, but it just feels like strength needs to be a little more out there. Strength needs to be a little more upfront and going strong. One of the issues as far as love life is concerned is, your work life is such a big part, and you do have such a limited time and things like that. You end up sort of challenged to find new people, a lot of spare time. You just want to sort of relax, spend time alone, spend time doing what you do, right? High Priestesses, overall, I think you have some changes coming up in April. So, just wait for those changes. I think the changes are basically somebody coming back. I think N or A. I think A was first on the list to come back, but I'm still sticking with it. They're going to kind of wander around, see what is going on. Rose, will my husband win more than $1 million in the lottery? Rose is wanting the big cash money. The big cash money is what I'm saying. Rose, you're going to win more than $1 million. I mean, you may win $3 in the lottery. I mean, Rose, free money is free money. Don't turn it down. Rose, you can't turn that down. If it's $3, you can't turn it down. That's $3. Come on, that's worth a drive up to the store to cash that out. Rose, you know what I'm talking about. Rose, you know what I'm talking about. We're going to win more than that. Devil says, maybe not. We do have a little bit of an emotional thing. I'm going to say no. I'm just going to say no. We don't win. We don't win more than $1 million. Sheila, welcome. How you doing? SD, what is going on? Who else joined? I think that's it. Carol, welcome. Got a lot of people. Welcome, everybody. Y'all spending y'all Friday night with me. Y'all got much better stuff to do than be with me, but y'all being here anyway. So thank you so much. I appreciate you. Devil says no. I think the devil's in the details with this. You could end up winning $2.79 and just sort of making the donation back. I don't know, but there is amount of money. We do see power. We do see home. We do see some money coming in. We do see a little bit of a celebration. We do see a little bit of work for that. In other words, I got to drive somewhere. We got to drive somewhere. We got to go somewhere to pick up this cash. So that could mean that you end up driving to the capital or whatever, wherever you need to do to pick up a little bit of money. But I'm going to say no for a simple yes or no question, that you do not win more than $1 million in the lottery. What am I, Sarah? Why did I get two huge cowlicks right in front? Is it COVID or is it age? I don't know about COVID and hair. If there's a COVID hair phenomenon I'm not a doctor. If there's a COVID hair phenomenon, if you're looking at big hair, if you're looking at real hair right now, I think you're looking at just a hair being out of control. What deck would I want to use? What deck would I want to use? You know, Linda, I have to do it. Linda, I got to do it. I got to do it. Bumbleberry Hollows. By the way, last night I'm asleep and I woke up and I had the most ingenious idea for a tarot deck that I've ever had in my entire life. I am going to make a brand new tarot deck in addition to the Tasty Tarot, apparently. And it is going to be superb. It's such a weird deck, but it's such a great deck if I can do it correctly. So I'm going to have to sit down, figure out the details, and make it happen. And I don't know how long that's going to take, but it is going to be divine. If I can get it right the first time, it is going to be divine. Anyway, it is so cool. It's called the Fuzzy Tarot. Now, don't let your mind go in the gutter. The Fuzzy Tarot. You'll find out why when you see it. Anyway, COVID, is it age? Why do we get some two cowlicks in there? The devil into the Hierophant. I say it's age. I just say it's age, all right? The Hierophant, a little bit of an elder there. The devil has a little bit of a cowlick kind of thing going on with that. Spiraling Monk, thank you for your donation. Just saying. It's got a little hair thing going on up here, right? May want to wear a hat, is what I'm saying. May want to wear a hat. But I don't know, copyright the idea. I think the minute you publish an idea, it is copyright by default. I mean, you don't have to go file a patent or anything like that. That's how copyright works. If I publish an idea, then it is copyright as of that moment because it's out there. Anyway, the devil into the Hierophant does say it is age. Ace of Cups, you just need a little water on it. I mean, just use a little water on it, slick it to the side. I don't know. Use a little water on it. The Ace of Cups, it said everything's going to be okay. This is a new emotion, a new thing. Linda, you got to make it the style. I mean, this is the style that is you just making a new style and everybody needs to embrace it. All right. Because this is not an accident. It's a style that you have made. So you're making your own independent style and other people are going to love it because people like new fashion. People love fashion. Page of Pentacles says, don't get too concerned with it. Don't get overly concerned with it. I think it's going to be all right at the end of the day. Anyway. All right. The dogs are going nuts over something. Okay. I didn't know that. Cool. Anyway. All right. Sarah, reading for March with the Gregory Scott. We can do that. We can do a March reading. A little Gregory Scott action up in here. I like it. Where are you, Greg? Greg, where? Okay, here's Greg. Greg is right here. Emma, thank you for your donation. Appreciate that. I mean, got to get some Greg out. Got to get some Greg out of here. All right, reading for March, Sarah. By the way, Samantha, your other donation is after this. Okay, reading for March. Let's get it done. Let's make it happen. Page of Cups. You're not ready for March. I mean, Sarah, you're not ready for March. There's a lot of work, a lot of things happening, a lot of motion, a lot of activities that need to be addressed in March. I don't think that's going to be something you're ready for. Not something you're quite prepared for, but I think it's possible. I think it's quite possible indeed, Sarah. I don't think it's going to be that big of a deal. Page of Cups says you're not quite prepared. That's the way it goes, sir. I mean, next week, you're stuck with March. Like it or not, time goes by. Time ticking, right? Ticking like a time away. Eight of Pentacles says there's a lot of work, a lot of stuff done. I think I said it before. I'm going to say it again. I think March is really a heads down, let's work, let's get it done month. It is something where you just focused, ready to get it. We're ready to perform with that because the King of Cups says there are people waiting on something, or you have projects that are spiraling around. No pun intended, a spiraling monk. You have sort of things sort of swirling around the toilet up there at work. And you're trying to figure out if this is going to need to be addressed, if this is going to be something that needs to be done. Queen of Cups does say that you are going to encounter somebody up at work in March that's going to be quite interesting indeed. It's almost like a new buddy or a new friend that you have with that. But I mean, that's just the way it is. That is the way it is. So there's your reading for March. I think it's going to be interesting. Everyone's going to be a heads down, get work done, knock it out, and focus on getting all of that done before it is too late. Anyway, now it is time for Samantha's other read. Samantha had another question. What the hell's wrong with Alyssa? That I think we've all been asking that, Samantha. I think we've all been asking that. Eight of Pentacles look like Kanye. Maybe it is Kanye. I mean, maybe Kanye posed for Gregory Scott. Maybe Kanye's like, Greg, bro, I need to be in your tarot deck. By the way, I had a funny story. I have a guy, I purchased a brush for the iPad. So the iPad has a special brush set that a guy released. And so I bought it. And I said, thanks, I'm going to make a tarot deck out of that. It was just like this random dude. He does not look like a tarot dude. He's like this gruffy looking guy. He's got like woodworking stuff in the background of his house. And he wrote me back and he goes, I collect tarot. That's awesome. I want to see it. I'm like, really? The hell? Anyway, what the hell's wrong with Alicia, speaking of which? Six of Wands, Alicia's selfish. She's always been selfish. She always will be selfish. Nobody's going to cure her selfishness. Strength says you're just going to have to put up with her. You're going to have to make the connection. You knew this to begin with. Strength says you're going to have to kind of put up with it. You're going to have to try to control it a little bit if you can, because you may not be able to. Temperance says you're going to have to come to a middle ground with Alicia. And it's going to be hard because Alyssa wants you to just bend over backwards for Alyssa because of the Six of Wands. This is somebody that just needs a lot of attention. They need a lot of attention. They need a lot of stuff going on, but you're going to have to put up with her. I think that's the bottom line. You're going to have to just accept her, put up with her, get rid of her. Temperance says, yeah, you're going to have to bend over backwards. You're just going to have to, but that's the way it is. That is the way it is. I don't think there's any fixing Alyssa. I don't think Alyssa's going to do anything to make herself better with that. I think she's on a little selfish role there, but that's the way it is. It's the way it is. Nima, will me and Luis reconcile? I don't know if it's Louis or Luis. I assume it's Luis. Anyway, we're going to reconcile. We're going to kiss and make up. Are we going to be okay? Is everything going to be all right? Y'all saying, hey, I need you to use the Modern Love Tarot. And I'm like, okay, all right, I can use that. That'll be okay. I can use that. By the way, if you haven't seen the new Kickstarter, it is $88 for 25 cards. $88 for 25 cards plus shipping. And shipping is going to be $15. So I'm just saying, that's the most expensive Kickstarter I've ever seen. 500 people want the deck. 500 people are back at it, so I'm not going to say it's poopy. I'm just going to say that I ain't spending that much money, I ain't spending that much money. Anyway, I don't know. We'll see. Well, we're going to reconcile. Page of Wands, the Five of Wands, and the Lovers. Nima, there's going to be a lot of crap between here and now. Can you? Okay. I'll go with a yes. Can you? Sure. Can I don't know. Can I, I was trying to come up with I was kind of coming up with a funny thing, but it didn't work out. Can you? Yes. I'm going to do a thumbs up. Can be okay. Will you? I think there's a big knockout, drag out before you do it. I think y'all come to just swings and blows here. The Five of Wands next to the Page of Wands. I think you neglect this. Y'all just neglected it too long, and that is not going to be functional. It's not going to be functional. The Page of Wands, it just neglected it a little too long for our own good. Carol, thank you for your donation. Anyway, but yeah, the Five of Wands, it's going to be a knockdown, drag out, and then you will reconcile, but you're going to have to just sort of come just like full wrestling match kind of thing to get that going. Plus 52, less to learn. I'm just saying, it's a majors only deck. I think it'll be okay. It'll be all right. I mean, we can get that done. Just, just pick it up. It's going to be $105, but hey, y'all didn't want to hang on to that money. Anyway, what's going on with M? Fem wants to know, how can I manage M's tantrums? Well, you kind of answered your own question. You answered your own question with that. You answered. You want to see the kitty beating video? In case you wonder, this is Salem. This is Salem. In case you wonder what Salem does on a daily basis. I mean, a lot of people are like, how's Salem doing, right? How's Salem doing? What is Salem like? Here's what Salem is like. I mean, this is pretty much what Salem is like. All right? Salem bites me while I'm asleep, and Salem bites Christina's foot while she's asleep. Salem leaps on me. Salem bit my ear one time. I mean, that's pretty much what life is like with Salem. I mean, I still love Salem, but I mean, I'm not going to lie, I bought some CBD oil for Salem. I mean, because there's only so much of that. You know what I'm saying? There's only so much of that. Anyway, but yeah, I still love Salem, but there's only so much of that. Anyway, what's going on with M? Well, it seems like you already answered your question with the tantrums. How can you manage it? The Hierophant says they just a lot of stress. They're under a lot of stress. They feel like that it's just everything's too important. Everything's too serious. It's just not working. It's just not working. And they don't want to deal with half the stuff that's coming up. They want to deal with that. They just talk to the hand. They don't want to deal with that. They don't want to sort of put up with it anymore. Everything is too serious. Everything is overboard at this point. The world says that there's really no stopping them. I mean, they're just going to do what they want to do. I think that's the problem. That they're going to do what they want to do. And that is your primary concern right now, because your next question, and rightfully so, is how can I manage the tantrum? So it's obvious that the Hierophant, too much stress, too much seriousness, and all of this other stuff. And that is that's going to be difficult, right? So how do we manage this issue? How do we manage a little bit of selfishness? Talk to the hand. I'm really not in the mood for it, kind of thing. 9 of Pentacles, 7 of Swords, and the 3 of Cups. Right? This is something where you're going to have to get some help, right? You're going to have to get some help. Because I think dealing with it on your own, you're going to end up just feeling like you have to abandon the situation. You're going to feel like there's not a lot you're going to do. You're trying to talk. You're trying to discuss. You're trying to use reinforcement. You're trying to use punishment. It just feels like nothing is effective. Nothing is working. And the 9 of Pentacles, it feels like that there's so much better things that M is capable of. But at the end of the day, you may have to, it feels like you're just going to have to bail. You feel like I'm just sort of abandoning the situation or abandoning this individual. 3 of Cups is we need help. We need other people to come in and advise. We need other people to come in and make some things happen. I think dealing with it ourselves is not really something that's been functioning. It's not this, it's not something that you've been sort of going through that's worked. So it's time to bring in maybe a little bit of help with that. Anyway, she bops her sister cat, not me. I don't know. It's Salem just likes to bite me and just bite. I mean, that sounds weird, but Salem just likes to bite my ear while I'm asleep, and you try to pet her, and she'll she'll put up with about 30 seconds of oh, and then she'll try to bite you again. So I don't know what to do. So that's the way it is. I still love my cat, but wow, my cat gets on my nerves sometimes. But that's the way it is. What's blocking my brother-in-law from trying to get healthy and stay that way? We can't get healthy. We're having problems with that. By the way, Amanda Shue, thank you for your subscription. I appreciate you. All right, let's find out. Let's find out what's going on with the health. By the way, I am not a doctor. Nor do I play one on TV, but I do have a tarot tower, and hopefully the tarot tower will let you know what kind of good things are up in here, what kind of good things are happening with that, because the Tarot in Wonderland is going to ask a question. It's going to answer the question or something like that. Sassy cat, that's the way it is. It is the way it is. That is an independent kitty. What is the list? MW, you are next. I got good news. You're next. overstimulated. Well, I picked up some CBD oil, and that understimulates her pretty quick. So CBD oil, you got a nice cat that looks like they're on drugs. I mean, I'm just saying, entertainment purposes only. Never drug up your cat based on a fat man. But I'm just saying the CBD oil works wonders to just sort of bring it down a notch. Just bring it down a little bit, just like one notch. Just bring it down a little bit. It works. It works good. Anyway, Ms. Rocky, welcome. How you doing? All right. He's fat. And he doesn't eat healthy. All right, what's picking my brother from trying to get healthy and staying that way? He drinks, he's fat, and he sounds like he has a lot of problems. Okay, well, I was fat too, but you gotta do something eventually, because I had a heart issue to where my heart would just race like real quick. My blood pressure went up to 200 over 100 and all that. So I had to do something. Van Hughes, thank you for hanging out with us. This is, it's something, eventually you have that big scare. It's like, oh crap, I went to the hospital. I think I'm going to die. And then you make a change. Sometimes people just need that. Let's see what this says. The Emperor. It just feels like something they can do what they want to do, right? It does feel like they can do what they want to do, and there's not going to be it, okay? Now, I'm just saying, the Emperor says that they're in command. I got a question for you, Nerds Bane. Were they neglected food, or did they always want to eat fatty food when they were little, and then they moved out and they're like, screw it, now I'm going to eat all the fatty food I want? I'm kind of curious. Maruta, welcome. Sarah, thank you for the tip. I appreciate that. Zimmy, welcome. And RUC, welcome as well. It feels like that they just doing this because they can. I mean, why not? I can do this. I can. It tastes good. I like it. Why wouldn't I do it? You got the Emperor. I'm just in charge. Well, why not? The Star says that they are on a path for being unhealthy. I mean, they are on that path where, you gain more weight, and you're on more meds because, to gain more weight, you gain more weight, and you gain more weight, and you gain, hey, I'm from the South too. You gain more weight, and then all of a sudden you hit that cliff to where there's an issue. The other problem is they don't really want to listen to anybody. So if you tell them to eat healthy, they just don't see why. Why would I? Right? Golden Goose, welcome. Why would I eat healthy? I see zero reason. So they're going to be defensive about that. They're going to be like, look, I eat healthy for one meal, and then I eat non-healthy for another meal. I'm good, right? Because I'm controlling it. I get out there and I walk occasionally. So they're going to come up with excuses. They're going to be defensive. You're not really going to change them. I'm sorry. Justice says that karma will indeed come back. The karma will come back in the form of probably what happens, probably what happens. Maybe experience like me. Maybe one day they're just out of breath. What made it for me is I couldn't bend over and put on my socks. I was so fat that I could not bend over and put my socks on. I threw my socks on the floor, and then I would scoot my foot into the sock because I was so fat that I couldn't hike my leg up and put a sock on my foot. It was at that moment that I knew I was too fat. So it's like, I guess, you're too fat when you can't wipe your butt. It's that general rule. You're in that range, right? You're too fat when you can't wipe your butt, or I could still wipe. No, that's TMI. But I had problems putting my sock on, and so I had to throw it on the ground and scoot my foot into the sock. It was like this little dance I had to do. Anyway, so and then I had a heart issue to where I had like a heart attack. I went to the hospital, and so I changed. But Justice says karma's going to come back. Karma's going to come back and even everything out. So don't you worry, it'll be all right. Karma will come back and even it out. That Justice card, things balance out with your body. I mean, your body hits that point where it's like, yeah, okay. Anyway, MW wants to know something. Apparently, I did not answer their question to their satisfaction. MW, I apologize. I apologize. I already asked this question, but I don't think you understood. Maybe not. How does N feel about me? Okay, love life update. What is next? Let's find out. What is next indeed? Let's find out. But we can still use this tarot. We can still use it. Yeah, you don't want them to come to Jesus. You know, you want to. That's not a good nerd's bane. Bad analogy. You don't want to come to Jesus moment. No. Oh, yeah, that's not what you want. That is not what you want. You just want them to. Oh no, entertainment. You know, I'm not a doctor. I think they should see a doctor can get them on a healthy diet. A doctor can tell them, can scare them pretty good. A doctor be like, look, you're on the verge of this, you're on the verge of that, you need to change. A doctor will scare the Jesus out of you, and then you're going to be coming back and making the changes that you need, right? Because a doctor lets you know, and you're like, oh my, what? So if they can see a doctor, then have them see a doctor. A doctor will set them straight. A doctor will be the justice card for them, because you don't want to return to Jesus moment with your brother. I'm just saying. Anyway, all right, MW. Apparently, I didn't understand the question before, so I am going to attempt it again. I mean, you know, second time is a charm. How does Ann feel about me? A love life update. What's next? The Empress says that N likes you. We have a good connection. I think that's going to be strong, especially with a Knight of Wands and a Knight of Cups. You got two Knights, you got two movement. This is a moving along kind of relationship, moving along kind of feel here. You need to keep moving. You need to get moving. I don't think that's going to be a problem. I don't think that's going to be a problem. What is next is a lot of movement. The Knight and the Knight. The Knight of Cups says romance needs to be more prevalent in here. We need to get back to romance. We need to get back to where it's going to be cool and fun and important and all this other stuff, right? But the Emperor says you have a rock solid connection. What is next is a lot of movement, a lot of things happening. So there you go. That's what you kind of needed to know. Hopefully I got it right the second time. Hopefully I got it right the second time. If not, let me know. Now, let me know. What does A want with me? What is A doing? Why can't A just settle down and be normal like every other person? But A just can't, apparently. Speaking of not normal, this deck has my name on it. This deck has my name on it. It is the deck from Tarot Marchetti, otherwise known as the Mystic Palette Tarot, the one where it has my happy name all over it. And that is cool. By the way, my 5 decks should be here next week. I think so. My 5 decks should be here next week. I may be selling my house. I'm not sure. I need a lot of things I need to figure out in my life. Apparently, a lot of things I need to figure out in my life. Let me see. Let me open up PayPal. Anything? Nothing open up PayPal. Okay, cool. PayPal's pretty clean tonight. I like it. Anyway, where's my shipment? I'm getting the Baba Studio shipment is still coming. It's still on the way. It is. What's the latest update right now? It is currently in Heathrow. It's currently in Heathrow Transit Hub. So hopefully it'll be here next week. HK, thank you for your double donation. I appreciate that. What does A want with me? Page. 8. They want another chance. I see that. RR, thank you for your donation. They want another chance. I think that's one of the things that's kind of clear right now. They want another chance. They want to have a big thing. They want to have a big thing. They want to have things that just function, that just work. And it just hasn't worked so far. They don't want to work at it. They want a change. They don't want to work at it. They want things to work out between y'all. Ultimately, I think that's their goal. They want things to work out between y'all. They want everything to be right, is what it's kind of looking at, right? The 3, they do look back upon your relationship and all of that. They do look back upon you, and they kind of miss some of the major things that are in there. They kind of miss all of that. Anyway, Queenie on YouTube, thank you so much for your donation over PayPal. Let's see. But yeah, they just want things to start over. They just want things to be okay and sort of moving forward with that. They realize there's some work to do, but they want it to work out. They want the work to be worth it. They want the connection to be there. Anyway, Queenie, I got your donation. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Fem, is this really good or just in our heads? Is it really that good or is it just in our heads? I don't know what it is, but we're going to give it a shot. We are going to give that a good old shot and see if it's worth it or is it in our heads. Ooh, I think it's worth it. I'm gonna go and say that it is worth it. A nice thumbs up with that. You got a good, strong level of control here. And that is what you need. And the doors that are open from this make it something that is powerful and make it something that you like overall. And there is a level of celebration, and it is that good indeed. Now, we don't have the devil. We don't have the Lord of Illusionary Success, the Seven of Cups. We don't have a lot of things. We don't have a Seven of Swords. We're kind of looking at maybe an illusion, or the Seven of Cups would have really been the factor that made it an illusion. We don't have any of that. We have a clean, we have a nice, we have a beautiful celebration card at the end. We have solid cards in between, and there is a level of control that we have here that makes it worthwhile, that makes the grade, and I like it. And that's kind of where we want to be. Speaking of where we want to be in the Tarot Tower and pick up the Dark Mansion Tarot for the next couple of reads with that. So fam, go for it. Veronica wants a general. I can do that. I can do a general tonight. I like that. I like a general. Account Lenormand, which I just got. Lenormand is great. I want to use it all the time. But there's two things that happen when I do Lenormand. Number one, nobody comes around. Number two, everybody says, I'll wait until you do tarot again. So that means one of three things. One, I suck at Lenormand. Two, my Lenormand's insanely inaccurate, or three, a combo of both. I don't know. Nobody likes a Lenormand on this channel. Lenormand's fantastic. I got a lot of Lenormand stuff, but, nobody wants to see it. So they all leave, and they say, I'll come back when there's some tarot. I'm not really, maybe it's confusing. I don't know. Anyway, so I think it's a little combo of I suck and they don't want to see it. I don't know. General reading. Let's find out about Veronica. Two of Pentacles. Veronica, you're on the precipice right now. You're on the precipice of some decisions that need to be made, that need to happen. You are sort of in that mode where you're just like, maybe there's something to this. Maybe I do need to get some things going here. You do need to take some action. You need to make some hard decisions that are sort of coming up. That's what I'm talking about. Six of Swords says, Veronica, realize that things can't move at the speed that you want. A lot of times things are going to slog down. They're going to slow a little bit too much, a little bit too into that. But the Tower says, just wait for it to come crumbling down. No matter how slow it goes, when it comes crumbling down, you're going to be able to pick up the pieces and run with it. The decisions need to be made, even if it's the wrong decision. You have to take the risk. You have to get it going. And that is your general reading with that. I like the Kipper. I like Kipper too, but I probably suck at that too. I mean, I don't know. I used to do Lenormand and nobody joined. Like everybody left. They would join. You'd see 40 people, 30 people, and it'd be like 10 people because they go, oh, it's Lenormand night. Click. Let me go watch the Night of the Living Dead or what, or the Dead Show. What's the Dead Show that always comes out on Sunday? Spiraling Monk, when will the tenants on the first floor get out of here? Because the first floor people are working my last nerve. They're working my last nerve? My last nerve? The Avatar anime. I got a couple of Avatar anime, kinda. I'm not sure which one that is. Queenie, I'm not sure. Do you know the exact name if I haven't? Anyway, let's find out if those annoying people are going to get out of there. Well, good news is they're going to live. You got a thumbs up. They're going to get the hell out. Eight of Wands says, I'm going to get out of here. They are going to get out of here. So they're going to be moving. Justice card says that they hadn't paid their damn rent. Something. The Symbolon. I love that. They haven't paid any. Walking Dead. That's it. They haven't paid. They haven't paid their rent. I think they're going to get Das Boot. You got two movement cards. The Knight of Swords says, we got to move. We got to get out of here. Something weird is going on with that. Eight of Wands says, hey, time to go. They will move out. When? You got a Knight, an 8, and a Justice. Sort of an 11 feeling. 4 months, 4.5 months. There you go. Avatar, The Last Airbender. Yeah, I don't have that one. Is that one, does it exist? I mean, does that exist? I like that. I like the show. I have a genuine question. I guess that's better than an illegitimate question. Why can we never see your face, not even during interviews? Well, I don't know, because I don't want to. Pink little mama. You realize I've been not showing my face for 12 years now. And I will continue to not show my face for another 12 years. I mean, you know, but pink mama. I mean, I'm just saying. That's what I'm saying. I don't gotta do everything. I don't gotta do everything. I want to, you know, in the beginning, I basically didn't show my face because I was fat. And I was like, ain't nobody like a fat man on YouTube, because that was back when they were like, nobody was fat on, you know. Anyway, and I say that because I grew up fat. And I got my ass beat up because I was fat, because I was the only fat kid in school. So I got my ass beat. And I got abused and all sorts of issues with being fat growing up when nobody was fat. So I originally just didn't want to show my face because I was fat. And then I lost weight. And I'm like, should I show my face now? I'm like, no, it's kind of weird now. Yeah, I don't know. It's been 12 years. Screw it. I'd rather focus on the cards. If you're like staring at my face, you're not going to be looking at the cards. I just think my face is in my hands. I mean, I'm just saying, I got veiny hands. That's all you need to know. Anyway, all right. Background check from my job taking so long. Emma, are you worried? Emma, have you been smoking? No. Yeah. Emma, are you kind of concerned right now? The hermit says they don't got a lot of staff. Emma, I think everybody quit. The same reason that you can't get, it's hard to get delivery of anything lately. It's hard to get fast food even. Everybody quit. They're getting paid to stay home. The hermit says they're short-staffed, Emma. They're short-staffed. They're going to be getting it to you. Don't worry. They're going to be getting it to you. Here's them carrying your results back. They're carrying your results back soon. So I'm just saying. That's what you got to work with. Page of Swords says you're going to get good news. Not going to be a problem. Not going to be an issue at all, right? Noelle, welcome. How you doing? But not going to be an issue. They're short-staffed. Everybody's got to do, people doing this on their own. But, you know, that is it. Do you teach people how to read the cards? Queenie, I do. Queenie, I have 1,700 videos. 1,700 videos, tons and tons and tons of lessons that you have never seen in any other place. And if you're a member of my Patreon, Queenie, every week I have an hour lesson, 30 minutes to an hour, that you can join and ask me questions. You can like pull out your cards and you can do a spread and you can say, hey, I did this spread the other day. What do you think it means? Why? You can ask me live questions if you're on the Patreon. I'm going to have another one coming up on Tuesday, in fact. Anyway, that is the end of that read. And let's go to another read. We are ending soon. I got steaks cooking. I got to go cook me some steaks. So we're ending soon. We got Carol, HKRMBC, and then we got a PayPal donation as well. Okay, let's find out. We got Queenie in the list. We're going to do Carol, Queenie, couple of HKs, RMBC. Anything past MBC is going to have to wait. What is coming up for me in March? Love, finances, and all of that other stuff. Yes, KD, I do. Thank you. I do have books. You know, Queenie, I have books. Link in the description. I have 2 books on tarot. Queenie, this is the nice one. This is the deluxe one. It's not cheap. It's like $30, but this is the deluxe Queenie. 230 pages. I explain not only what the card means, but I give you countless examples. I got stuff in here you will never see. Elemental dignities within the tarot, right? And it's not like all text where you can't figure out what's going on. You're like, wait a minute, huh? It is all pictures. It's all pictures. I walk you through tarot and the seasons. Queenie, did you know that Tarot and the Seasons, I explained how Tarot and the Seasons map out with astrology and everything like that. Lots and lots of pictures so you understand the lesson, right? You understand the lesson. You don't just like read it and try to picture a card in your head. I hate those books, man. It's like, well, if you combine these 8 cards, I'm just like, what 8 cards? I don't even know what you're talking about. Anyway, what is coming up for me in March? Love, finances. Carol, let's get her done with my deck. Speaking of which, I mean, you know, not sponsored. My deck. love, finances. What kind of things can we get in trouble with in March? I like it. Let's do love first. Let's do love first indeed. Philippe, what's going on? Philippe's out there lurking. Look at you. All right, let's see. Let's see for love. You know, this is a time to where you got something big coming in love. I think love is really on the rise. Love is really going to be passionate. Love is really going to be fantastic, and it's going to be very fascinating for you. Strength says it's a matter of patience with love right now. A lot of things just, are sort of in that challenging mode, just a matter of patience here, because Star says you're on a path with love that it's going to work out. It's going to be great, going to be beautiful. I think you're headed in that direction. Eight of Pentacles says you got work to do, though. We got work to do, internal work to do as far as sort of mapping out what you want, where you want to be with some of that. So you definitely have to sort of get in that mode. A lot of love coming up is going to be about rejecting what you don't want and what you don't need, because a lot of times we sort of settle. Right? You don't really want to settle. You don't really want to go into that mode. Anyway, let's do some finances. Find out what kind of cashola things you got coming up. Man, as far as finances, you need to ditch and bail. I'm just entertainment purposes only. I'm not an accountant or a financial expert. You need to ditch and you need to bail in some of these financial things because there's something bad coming. 10 of Swords. You need to ditch. You need to bail on anything that you know is going to be, because it looks sunshiny. It looks good now, but there is some changes coming. Overall, financially, I think you're going to be pretty solid. You're going to be pretty solid, but you definitely need to ditch and bail if it's not working, if it looks like it's going to be challenged, if it looks like it's going to be not where you need it to be. Make sure that you're not hanging out too long in any particular thing. King of Pentacles says overall your finances are going to be pretty solid. King of Pentacles is a retired banker. They have plenty of money. They got plenty of things. They got resources. They got all sorts of good stuff in that mix. So I like it. And then we're going to go to Queenie. Queenie wants to know, will Avery reach out to me in possible timeline if possible? Okay, they blocked me. All right. Q wants to know about Avery. Are they going to reach out? Now, they blocked us. They blocked us. Now, what kind of timeline will they reach out? Being blocked, being ghosted, sort of that doesn't look good. That doesn't look good at all as far as that's concerned. You definitely got to go with the mode on that. Temperance says they need some time away. So everybody needs some time away, or so they say, from each other, right? But Temperance says it is that time. It's time for them to find balance. It's time for them to work on other things, focus on other things. I do think that they will be back. They will be back. Now, Queenie, bottom line, this connection is not stable. You knew that when they blocked you. This connection is not stable. It's not something that's going to be rock solid. It's not going to be something where you can be on there and it's going to be stable. It's going to be just perfect and the light's good. The sun's going to shine. I don't really think that's really going to happen, Really not going to happen. Patricia, the list is closed. But the Temperance says, yeah, they need some time away. Ace of Swords says they will be back. Queenie, I would not put a lot of effort, a lot of time, and a lot of focus into Avery. Okay, you got very challenging cards even after they connect, even after they come back. You do have a 5 of Swords and 8 of Cups. I would just let them ride. Let them ride. I would just cut bait at this point and just go on with my life. Just saying, Queenie, you asked my advice. You paid me. This is what I'm telling you. That's what I'm telling you. These are really challenging cards. I think they come back, but they don't bring anything good back. And that is your final answer. That is the final form right there. All right, we got a couple of HKs, an RR, and MBC. We're out of here. Does Austin ever want to see me again tonight? I don't know. Does Austin want to see me again tonight? Okay, let's find out if Austin's coming over for a little bit of action. Does Austin want to see us? Maybe a little bit of an action, a little bit of an Austin action. Oh, man. It started out well. No, they don't want to see it. They're keeping to themselves right now. I think Austin's in that mode. I'm keeping to myself. They're a little bit emotionally distant right now. Not much you can do about it. You're going to have to let them do what they need to do. Overall, they still like you. Okay, HK, that's your second question. They still like you. The 9 of Cups, Mr. Romance says, Austin still likes you, just not tonight. just not tonight is not the night. Aquarian, welcome to the stream. How you doing? Yeah, he is a challenge. I mean, some people are. Okay, the next question for HK, does Austin feel towards me right now? Man, I mean, they don't want to see you tonight. We got that from the other thing. How do they feel towards us right now? I think y'all got a nice connection. It's almost like tonight is either inconvenient, tonight is a little bit on the fritz, tonight just doesn't look like something. Tonight doesn't look like something that's just clean, right? You do have a strong connection, a beautiful connection. Both of these cards, I mean, feeling towards you is pretty solid. These you don't play around with these two cards here. These are rock solid, right? With a happy home, happy family, willing to work on it, willing to get the focus and willing to get it done. But I'm just saying, not tonight. Tonight looks a little challenged, but overall, we'll see where it goes. But I mean, wow, yeah. See, KD even said, wow, because that's a rock solid read right there for how they feel. Now, does D like me? Because I mean, everybody does love. I mean,
everybody loves the D.
Does D like me? What kind of things can we get some D tonight? Is D going to come around? D's feelings for me. Knight of Wands, 8 of Wheels, Queen of Wheels. D needs a lot of work. You need a lot of work. This connection needs a lot of work. There is some stuff that needs to happen, some stuff that needs to be pretty fixed, some stuff that needs to be addressed and handled here, okay? 8 of Wheels says the connection is not going to be there unless we handle some things, unless we get moving, unless we get focused on that, right? Because the Queen of Wheels doesn't really play around here. This is something where we're building stability with D. We don't have it yet. Not a lot of opportunities either. Knight of Wands says you got to be careful with this situation. I don't think you can just charge into it and hope for the best. You got to do the work. You got to do the work to get the reward, and it feels like not a lot of work has been done here. There's too much separation. There's too much distance. If you want to get the work done, you can, but just realize it is indeed work. And the last reading of the night, if ever joining M's group, let's find out about that. Then we're going to go put on some steaks. We got 3 steaks sitting out there. We're going to put them on the grill. Page 6 of Wands and Judgment. The 6 of Wands won't leave me alone tonight, will it? Won't leave me alone tonight. I say yes. Judgment without the E says yes. You are looking at the joining. You are looking at the rebirth, the reincarnation. You are looking at the Lord of Victory, where people are cheering you on. But are you ready to join MBC? As they say, I'd never join any group that would have me as a member. I mean, you know. Page of Wands, are you ready, MBC? Are you prepared for that? Are you prepared for that? But I do think that you indeed join it. We're going with a thumbs up, and that is it for me. I'm going to haul some steaks onto the grill, and then I'm going to eat. And then take a shower. No banana. Thank you for being here. We will see you tomorrow.